I had to reload into somewhere else. So I'm in just Berlin's service station instead of the industry that we were in beforehand. Think of the heart rate. 5,000 years. England is not in the UK, it's in the Mediterranean. Since when? I didn't know about that. Since when do I live there? Volvo tuning update. Apparently the tuning pack got an update. Is it just to update the stuff for the new one, like the FH5, FH6, and the Aero? Is that what it is? Or if they actually added new things to it? Interesting. TMP is in 155, as per the title. At least of the Twitch stream. On-screen chat is broken? Probably is. Because I can see the chat. I can give it a refresh. See if... There we go. Weird. It was just a bit dormant. They updated newer trucks. Okay, that's fine. Test. Yes. Good. Right. Let's just do these. Hacking, first one. Let's just do these so that someone else doesn't come on and york them. Because someone might. Fuck you off. Alright, I will. Well, it may not be. You never know. Sim 2 is 150. Stop getting into assumptions, Andy. Only do that afterwards. When you're a GM, you'll learn to not expect anything until you've seen it. No, I know it's not updated in that. Yes, that is the job of Gez. Whenever Gez joins the stream, he likes to update that. You are, mate. What are you talking about? How you doing, Bang? Big fan. Good stream earlier. Fun to join in. It's Tuesday's tomorrow, mate. It might be Tuesday for you by now. Around about 3 PM for me is midnight for you. Something like that. You reached 90. Was that out of the limit, though? Because the city speed limit is 80. And you are speeding up pretty quickly for a trailer. It is 5 PM. Is that in? It looks like it. Before he told you. Oh. Let's go on. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that made it very easy. If you weren't sure until then, so poof, there it is. First one. $297. Clocked. I can end the stream now. How about I do that challenge where, like, the stream ends if I find a hacking report? That's it. We've done it. 8 minutes in, we've done it. And then he did it again, and it ends there. Did they deliver their... I'll do that. Did they deliver the cargo? Did it arrive in one piece? Maybe. Who knows? Maybe. But that was a good one. Well done. That was from today as well, because I think when I loaded into the game, that one came in. These ones are now from a few hours ago. The other one was maybe within the last hour. I'm done. Thank you for joining the stream. And that's it. I mean, I've got what I needed to do. That's it. See you tomorrow. Easy. And then, of course, home sweet home, we're straight back on the familiar roads. Lovely. Yeah, I love to see it. Self-made, welcome. How you doing? Tallinn is your capital? Mm-hmm. Why'd you do that? Do what? Australia? So again, 150 is the maximum normal speed limit on this server. That person clearly doubled that. What did I say the highest speed was? 297. Quite quick. They can reach whatever speed they can reach in a straight line until they hit a barrier or they crash. So I think 300 is a good speed that they will eventually end up at. We're doing well, hello. This is familiar territory, but of course it's empty because it's on a different server. So, well, you never know, because it's different on this server. On the normal server, it's 110. Either way, it was over the limit, so that's easy. ProMods update? Well, ProMods needs to update their modification to the version of 155. So whenever that does, the server for it will come back as well. So for now, the ProMods players have to play on TMP's normal servers. Or single player by downgrading the game. I do read both chats. I read all of them. I can see them. Sometimes one of them might lag and not show new messages immediately, but they do work. Hello, Chuck, big fan. A new week. How was this reckless? You only encountered one person. Yes, can you do me a favor and fix your favorite command, please? Or disable it, because we don't need it now. Hello, Gino, big fan. British police livery. That is only if you are a team member. You're able to get that skin. Access to any of the police skins. A fix. Admin fix. Grimes did an update. We would need to support that then. About damn time. We've been in summer for like half a month already. 156. It will come out with a new version for it, yes. December? Could be. Could be. Twitch is lagging. I don't think the browser affects that. If the site is having loading issues, I don't think the particular browser would fix that. It's GM specific. Anyone that can have police, moderator role or higher. I believe it's locked to the role. That would make sense. Brave is pretty good. Chrome is okay. If it does the job for you, but you don't need to have this argument that people have in the same way that they argue about phones. Don't care, really. Love that. You fixed it? You know the common thing that many of us seem to have experienced, where you're sitting on an empty bus, empty train, something like that, and then the only other person gets on, unfortunately happens to women a lot more, someone gets on and sits next to you or very close to you. The entire road is empty and this person decided to merge early. Right there. You could have given plenty more space ahead of you. They didn't. You merged back in immediately. Why'd you do that? Speeding up. The thing is, they are both going uphill. This is slightly uphill after turning. So they're accelerating because they both joined the road. This one started the overtake earlier. But if they know they're speeding up, you still don't need to overtake and merge in that early. Firefox is okay. Firefox is okay. Why is it so dead? Because this is Sim 2. Simulation 2. Luna was doing reports over the weekend. I tuned in for a bit of that. And then when I was on my session later, Storm was on. So that was good. Blocking? Yes. And they're not going to be there now, are they? No, they are, because this was just made. Good. Teleport them away. Sean, welcome. Brigman Archie, welcome. Renoy, welcome. This is Simulation 2. Simulation 2. For now, it's Simulation 2. When this list of 9 is emptied, we'll switch back to Sim 1. What I do need to check off, though, truck meet could be a convoy. This is in Rotterdam. Carefully checking. The total followers amount doesn't automatically update, but it really should, because I'm really close to one more. Okay. One more TikTok follower. Who wants to do it? Anonym. Now let me refresh the app. Cat, Mario, Maurice, thank you for all doing that. I'll all count you as the last ones. There it is. There you go. 42k. Done it. Officially. Thank you for that, chat. Over the past few days, insane amounts of people. How's this reckless, by the way? They are the tail of the formation. If they are in the formation, they're not in the same spec. So, well, they're all the same. They all are as a group. This is an interesting color combo. It looks like they're on fire. Haven't really seen many paints depicting that. Unless they are ones that literally depict, like the one that has the skull on it that you can change colors of it. How's that reckless though? It's going to be fun. Here we go. So they usually use Sim 2 as a training ground for Sim 1, or a bit of a playground because it's slightly emptier. Lol. Well done. Archie, thank you for the gifts. I appreciate that. Reese, welcome. A minor VTC. Technically not a normal one. I have one for the community, but we put it in quotes because it is not a standard VTC. It is merely just a group of people. If you want just somewhere to log jobs, you can apply on Truckee and you can join that. That's basically it. Are they drunk? No, they are just playing around. Now, if they... I'm not saying it's allowed, but if they harm no one other than themselves... Oh, hit the lamp. Then it's not as bad as hitting a random. Does that make sense? I think we can all agree on that. But... Oh, didn't quite shave that. Is there going to be a random that arrives, that approaches? Not at the moment. Favorite map DLC? I do not know. No, they are not speed hacking. We are on a server which has a higher limit than Sim 1. They're hacking if they go over 150, not 110. Oh, that was a good... They got a little bit too close there. Oh, there it is. But again, you're all as a group. Well, not really like friends as a group, but you're all kind of playing around with each other, right? And then desync kicks in? Yeah. So who reported who then? The one that got hit, I assume? Well, don't be too close then. I mean, they were overtaking. You're all driving at precarious speeds. What if this one lags? Then what? You'd have to kick all of them. Or ban all of them. For it to be equal. I don't know where the truck's gone. They're way back there somewhere. Twitch stream is behind. Apparently some people are having Twitch lag. Which is very strange. It makes it funnier if the YouTube one is ahead. Because the mainstream is Twitch. True, they did hit the lamp, but I thought, because they didn't fall over or go flying anywhere, I thought they would have kind of saved it. But then again, due to the speed, they wouldn't have caught up yet. Oh, it's night time. Skipping along, skipping along. 2 people approaching. Pick a lane. No, pick a lane, pick a lane. Do you not see them behind you? This one is loudly horn spamming. I have horns turned off for these streams. Now, yes, they are in the middle there. Bit of braking. A honk in return. So does that mean they've acknowledged? They all have full beams. It's when you play on lower graphic settings, which I assume they are on, light is worse. So you need your full beams on, otherwise you cannot see anything. So the return honk means that you must have heard or seen that they are there. And then you proceed to still be in the middle of the road. Does that mean you know? Pretty confidently sitting in the middle there. Free cam doesn't work. Has the control for it reset? Have you possibly reset the control? I'll do a small like that, because I want to see what they say. You're wobbling around in the middle of the road after honking to somewhat acknowledge that someone else is there. Kyla, welcome. Danny, welcome. The gift. Yeah, check the settings. Sometimes the config might reset. Make sure you're pressing the right button as well. Frankfurt. Nearly on the way to... It's down the bottom down there. 6.9, and you got kind of a 6.9 with a 26.19. Not bad, not bad. That's a very long time. GMP police, yes. Potato was more. Good God. More than Andy, how about that? Unless this is your other account. Does your speed cheat get you banned? Think about that. I want you to answer that question yourself. Speed cheat. Does it get you banned? Could it get you banned? Possibly. It might. Maybe. Perhaps.
Oh nice, 4 months.
4 months?
Wow.
Welcome back, Joe. Thank you for the 4 years. For dramatic effect, we say years instead. I appreciate that. Hope you've been well. Why did they crash? They didn't crash. They just... Was that an attempt to catch them out? But you didn't do it? 2 days. Well, make a note of it and tune in next time. There's the... on the way into Frankfurt. Now, this, unlike the one before, they're doing the same thing by wobbling around across multiple lanes, but they're not blocking anyone from getting past. No, they used the gap where there was no barrier. During that section, there's no barrier, there's no hedge there. So I guess that's what they used. Nothing. In DLC areas, you might have a hedge. Odd. I'm going to enable this dog. This is the person, right? I think this is the Volvo. On the phone, that's not an excuse, Mads, but that would make sense. How about that? Well, yeah, I mean, well, we're going in reverse order, so it's not like another new report's going to come in and swipe the other way. Kind of how I drive? Not good. Not good. I'll be right back. Take your time. And there they are, yes. This is where the other report started. Right. So now we're only looking at this one. And seeing what they do. It's close. Was the report for their little swervy thing then that they did? Here? You slam the brakes on, and then if you were to drive a little bit further forward, which thankfully you didn't, you would have completely smacked them and blocked them in. But you didn't do that. Was that a bait, perhaps? These two? Slightly in the way of those two. And then that was it. So ironically, both did not really anything severe. It's not that bad, but it's strange. It's night time. What's up with the eye tracker? The orb floating in the screen, it moves on and off the screen based on where I'm looking. If I'm looking at the chat right now, it shouldn't be on the screen. You can turn it off if you want. Useless job. Swift. Drop or follow. You wasted your time loading up in the stream. So drop or follow while you're here. Why not? Go for it. Don't want to waste your precious day, do you? Do it. How is this an SMP? It's not an SMP. A survival multiplayer. A simulation multiplayer? Yes. It's not a co-op multiplayer either. There is engine sound, for now. It may drop out later. They have the electric Renault, so that would make sense. Done with work today? Didn't have anything to do with what I said. You can chill now, but maybe you'd want to chill in some other stream. That's fine. Hello, Zilan. What was that? Fly twin fly? What was that? Electric ASMR, and it's just the truck sounding, oh, like a hairdryer. Yeah. Can we comment about situations? You can comment on what you're seeing in the report in the same way that I'm doing it. That's kind of the idea, really. We discuss. Though, for the actual decision making, it's not like your thoughts will be definitely taken into the account. That makes sense? This is Sim 2, yes. Simulation 2. Did the other one... They didn't cause the collision, though. You just got a bit... You hit the barrier by yourself. Looking at this one, who I assume is the one that reported them. You hit the barrier. Doesn't say who reported, because it's censored, so... Though that was the only one that ever got close to this person. And no, they didn't cause that. I don't see why it wouldn't be compatible with the tuning pack, but the thing is, because the electric trucks are so rare in the real world, I don't think anyone has tuned the real world one. So that's probably why you can't do it yet. Wrong side? Yeah, you can change the colour of it, I guess. Whether you can, you'd have to mod it to be able to own it. So if you're doing a quick job, I don't think you can edit a quick job because you don't own the vehicle in a quick job, do you? The chat is all of them, yes. But we've got a hush-hush about that because I can't say that. It may not be all of the chats. It's totally only the Twitch chat. And you can't tell who's who. Wrong way, yeah. But are you driving with your friends, though? Just happen to be on the wrong side. Is that what's going on? Because they're still kind of following them. Things used in England? Well, being in... I don't know what city that is. Probably the middle of Germany somewhere. Quite far away. 120 in Sim 2, because Sim 2's limit is 150. To those that don't know of Sim 2's existence, 150. That one's going. Is the limit. 110 is Sim 1. Other than that, the servers are basically the exact same setup. Since when? Since it's been up. Since the entire time it's been up. Oh, that's nice that you slowed down. That could have gone badly. They clipped the barrier a bit there. Ooh, you still went the wrong way, though. Nice to avoid it. I appreciate that. You still went the wrong way, though. Never plan it? I suppose you never need to if Sim 1 has all the content, because people still go on the CD road, but the CD road is very empty on Sim 2. You only drive 110. That's fine. Flashbang. We're now midday. We're still today, but midday-ish. Can't imagine CD? Well, back in the day on Europe 2, you used to be able to go 150, I think. 150 or 93 miles an hour. So you can imagine how many people crash by going 110. Yeah. 150. You still have a lot of people crashing because it's still way too quick for most corners. Imagine the limit was 90. Oh, you'd still get crashes. That's the point. That was too clean to not ignore. That looks calculated. You know, I've been playing a lot of Trackmania and catching up on Trackmania. That looks like a stunt straight out of Trackmania. That was incredible. We've got to replay that. But this one didn't do anything, though. This one didn't. The other one did. Alright. Action replay. Loading into the stunt straight out of... some other racing game or Trackmania or something. They clipped the barrier and then went straight over. This is how they did it. Pay attention. Don't get ideas. No, that's too good. There we go. The bounce caused them to go over the other barrier, then they saved this, and now you're on the wrong side. But safely on the right. That was incredible. You almost don't want a ban for that. I will, but imagine. Clean. I would score that quite highly if it were a score. Or like in, I don't know, Tony Hawk's whatever thingy, you know, where you get bonus points based on the stunts you do, how many back-to-back stunts you do. Pretty good. Pretty good, but you went the wrong way. If that is the same one, no it isn't. I was going to say it would have just been extra evidence. Truck Hawk. Exactly, exactly. Hello Zola, welcome. You joined to that? Different person, yeah. From vacations, I hope you're enjoying your vacations, eh? Implying that I am giving people vacations instead. I suppose that's what you meant. On report. Yeah, when this server is cleared, I end the stream, right? So we've already had an opportunity to end the stream 8 minutes in, because the first report was a cheater. And now we're doing it again because I cleared the server. That'd be a good YouTube video title, hey? Video ends when I clean the server, and I just don't specify what server it is. The rules didn't mention that. I'll just go on arcade and do one report. World record. Them's the rules. I didn't clarify, did I? Oh, did it edit the overlay to say one, but one over the top of it, yeah. Hey, now, come on now. That's not exactly a very tight turn. You don't need to, like, cut the corner and, you know... What's the word? The apex of the corner. Hello, Tails. Welcome. No need to do that. We're not doing stunt driving. You don't need to maintain your speed. You could still maintain your speed around that corner. That's okay. I mean, yeah, fair enough. What I want to do, I want to make a note for myself in the future, because I said Trackmania, I want to put the Trackmania overlay on top of that stunt that we just saw. Just some stupid edit. Make a note of that, why not? So, it's completely dark. 7th July stream. Muglin! Guy that goes wrong way and jumps. Future me will know exactly what I'm talking about. Add Trackmania. You ever played Trackmania? Great game.
Hi.
Trackmania, if I can spell it. Overlay. Info. Future me will work out what that cryptic code means. Okay. Cappy, welcome. Moogly, thank you for the 42 years. That's a long time. Hello, Luca. Can I unban you? No. That's not how that works. You'll need to appeal it. A flashbang? Oh. You still pay for it. The thing that is nice, despite it being an otherwise pay-to-play most of the features game, is that you pay per year for a cost of what other games would charge monthly. So it's like, I think it's £17, for example, a year for all the features. Not bad. I wouldn't pay for 17 a month. Good, okay. That wasn't a jump, that was me skipping it. Hello, Ananas. That was a flashbang. Oh, they're trying again. If at first you don't succeed, do the exact same thing again. Isn't that, you know, the thing of like the definition for insanity is doing the same thing again, hoping for a different result? Something like that? From that quote of whatever that film was? Well, see, the thing is, they only did it twice. And they only blocked one person near the end during the second attempt. This was this morning. I'll just leave it. It was silly. Eurotruck? Trackmania? Truckmania. Yeah. Wanting to finish their job. Well, they should have gone the correct way the first time. Look at that. The list is empty. Ta-da! Roll credits. And then we bait that by going no, and then we come back in and I'll cut to sim 1. Mm-hmm. No, my thing is not plugged in. Hang on. Zola! Can you see me drive? You'll see me drive tomorrow. I've got some driving things to do tomorrow, and it will be fun. Sim 1. Thank you for the fresh new sub. Hope you're doing well. New loading thingy at the bottom down there. Covered by the logging in screen, but enjoy the emotes. Enjoy the badge. That's very kind of you. This is what it did on Sim 2. So I've otherwise loaded in. But the screen hasn't. Yeah, it's not frozen because the orb is still going around, so... Strange. Painted Bullbot, that is from the Volvo tuning pack. Oh god, it's so dark. Can I give a quick flashback? To 5 in the morning. Ta-da! Lovely. Otherwise, they didn't seem any different. Loading time. Oh, god damn it, Caleb. You timed that right. Guess what? What's up? How can you be an admin? You apply to be an admin when recruitment for it is open. Quicker for you. Good for you. Lucky you, eh? You got a G29. Enjoy. Practice with it somewhere empty or in single player. Panel hide, yes. Hands are off the keyboard and mouse. In Spain? Yeah, this should be okay. The psychic animation thing, apparently, yes, it's called a throbber. That is a great name. I don't know who named it that, but that is rather funny. But that name doesn't relate anything to what it is, though. Yes, the loading icon is genuinely called... It's not trolling, it's called a throbber. Look it up. Just a funny bit of knowledge, yeah. Why? Why really? I mean, yeah, that's not a dirty word, chat. It's just a normal word. What are we laughing at? It's called a throbber. It is. Us? That's a team member going by. Hello, Bulletproof. I'm doing well. How you doing? Passing between Cali and Duisburg. No, it's not illegal. People are doing it all the time. If you cause problems while on the road between the two, then yes. But that's the same for any road. Derogatory term. No. Not like that. Can't find it. It is from the Volvo tuning pack, I believe. The easiest way to swap them over upon having the DLC as well is to put one on your Scania from the Scania tuning pack, put one on the Volvo, and then find the code in the game files and just swap the two bits of text over. Easier said than done. That's why I still need to do a tutorial on that. That's the one. There we go. Does not indicate how much of the action has been completed. It is merely to show that something is loading in to pass the time. If the throbber stops loading, would have almost said the word there, then you know that it's not loading anymore. You could use ALM, yes. Might do two versions of the same tutorial. Be like, here's how you do it with the normal files. Here's how you do it with ALM. And here's this person not being reckless. I don't want to jinx it, but at the moment, based on not many people being... There's a fair few people around. This feels quicker to do. Have you noticed that? It seems less stuttery by drastically skimming along the report. Might be a placebo effect. Might just be me seeing things. It may not actually be that busy. I'm not too sure. But it feels quicker to do that. Nice. No, using money mods and XP mods, they are only affecting your own profile. It doesn't matter to us. So technically, yes, you can do that. Unfortunate based on the render distance there. But you can see them clearly having done an overtake and then a very sloppy merge. Back in line. Nice. Are there buses? There have been buses for a while. If you mean the red one that went by, that's a specific vehicle. Different vehicle. So that was a good one. No, it doesn't mention not taking them into consideration. No. That's not what that means. Rules, reports from this road are indeed taken into consideration. Bussing, yeah. You don't want ads. Completely understandable. Unfortunately, you cannot completely remove them on Twitch. Hello, Nox. This is Calais. A London double-decker, yeah, it's a team vehicle. The team have access to a few different vehicles. Besides the normal few. I don't mind ads if they're not intrusive. I've said this a while. You can get turbo. They are slowly testing ads. At the moment, I get two versions of it. The one that basically replaces the entire video player so I can't see the stream. Not a fan. The one that makes the player slightly smaller and then puts a little bar to the side maybe that keeps the stream playing. Sure. Any non-intrusive ad. Let me click away from the ad. I would appreciate Twitch ads if you could skip them as well. Could you imagine? I'd be totally fine with ads. If you can skip them. Do not give me an intrusive ad. 10 ads, exactly. Remember back in the day with the really old YouTube lower third ads and you can close it? Some ads you can still skip. That's a nice line. This person is going to merge in, aren't they? But yeah, on Twitch you can't skip them. So are they. Bit of a gap here. They're going to try for this. Going to speed up though. They might. Yes, they are. Okay. Have you ever considered the fact that the person you're trying to merge in front of is still moving? No? Don't think you expected that, did you? Twitch does pay if you have from ads, from subs, and from a bunch of other things. Twitch does pay you. Is there a way to use mods? Not in the way that you're thinking of on TMP, no. I should have seen how long it took to load in back from a report in a busy area. Nah. Oh well. Do you get special vehicles? There are other vehicles that I am able to use. I just don't. Any news of VR users? No. Well, there is no VR branch that's supported on TMP. There is one in Steam, but it's not on TMP though. So technically, no. Oh, it's Olaf and his friends. Look, see, that word they're saying is a bad word in their language, but they probably think I don't know what it means. I'll deal with you in a minute. Lukey as well. Hey, how about you drop a follow first? What? Drop a follow, and it'll be timed out. What? Or I'll just time out. Even do it anyway, because, you know. Right. There we go. They think I don't know what that word means. So he panics and he asks where I'm from. No, I'm not Lithuanian, no. Free roam server comes back every year. It's a yearly thing if you're lucky. In May, because that's when the anniversary of TMP is. Very nice of you to stop. Much appreciated. You still freaked this person out though, and you're still in the wrong. Are you doing a bit of discovery? Probably. Probably discovering. A year? Yes, it's a yearly, that's what an anniversary means. One thing I wondered about, because we say it just like monthversary, is there an actual official word like anniversary, but for a month? Or am I just being dumb? What is the official word for a monthversary? $1.575, maybe. Just monthly. But you could say anything is just monthly anyway. Something happens monthly. But anniversary is like a celebration within that time frame. So we just say month-versary or something. We know what it means. How can you be mod? You apply for a mod. The role is not available for applications at the moment. Having a pint in your local pub? Cheers. Enjoy. Focus on that. Mensiversary? That's not what it's actually called, surely. Men? How is this wrong way, by the way? This big industry, I think, is only... No, it is both ways. They go through the wrong gate or something? No. 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 Seems... No, it's fine. Because that's the way out. Monthsary. This just sounds silly. Going for a pint? Understandable. Go for it. It's a lovely day. In most areas. Oh, it is an actual thing. A day that marks an exact month or specified number of months since the occurrence of a significant event. Ah! I'm not a fan of that word. I will still say monthversary. Because why not? Minceversary. It just sounds like there's too many syllables in it. Too much to say. Scotland's been raining. Scotland is usually rainy. But that's what makes it nice. Hello, Ferry. I do enjoy it. I haven't seen much of a massive difference in how the game plays in this version. Performance-wise. Someone said you need to get a J star B. That is a slur on the internet now because most people are using the word unemployed as an insult. So the censored letter is in letter O. Yeah, very bad word. Very bad word. It's gotten to the point where that it's basically brain rot because it's stupid and it's leaked into YouTube videos and things like that and other social posts. People genuinely blur that word out. Why? This is now Sim 1. We're on Sim 1 now, yes. Censor that word as well? Exactly, yeah. It's very dangerous term. Don't go around it. Why are you going around it? I don't think you expected someone to approach from that direction. Proper words. Quieter. No, it would be busier than normal because now everyone is up to date. Beforehand, it would have been slightly quieter because people didn't update their games. You turn off the FPS limiter? That is if you can reach those high FPSs that would have been previously limited. Otherwise, you don't really need to do that. Zimcon, welcome. Time, thank you for the gifts. It's a bad overtake, it is. That's why it's both. Hello, Clab. Frad, thank you for the follow. Spoopy, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Big shake. 1488, you said. That's about to disappear. During the course of me reviewing this report, it may time out. I can't just switch reports like that. Hopefully you have a video of the scenario as well. There we go, it's gone. That's how it works. That's how it happens. Good day, Shay. Foxy, welcome. At the weekend? Go for it. These two that's what's literally being dragged. That's straight out of a horror movie there. That's what happens when you both leave the same place at the same time. That's what happens. Good job. Oh, see, I'm saying the word now. Do I have to censor it if I say good job? I'm not talking about the J-O-B, yeah? Oh, no. What's that? Have a good live? I'll try to. Thank you for that. Big fan. Oh, nice. Good job. What part is the most popular? This part. City of Calais in France, city of Duisburg in Germany. There's a country road. It's fictional that leads between them. That's the busy place. This isn't blocking. Yeah, they shouldn't really be sitting in the box for too long, but they can't help that. It wasn't their fault that someone crashed, was it? 1428 has disappeared. There is no 1428. Report 1428. I guess you mean ID 1428. If so, what have they done? Soon to be a motorway. Slowly being taken over. Bit by bit. Now, did yours turn green? No, it didn't. Was yours green at the time? Or it was just turning red, but it was still technically green? Went around the truck and the bus. Fair enough. Oh yeah, it was basically this one's fault. Because they could have gone earlier had the bus and the truck not been there. And you. Yeah. Now we go this way. That's funny. The fact that both of you went through the same red light that you both had. Because I guess they were just following. There. Now it changed to red. Now to test some people. Funnily enough, the bus is more at fault despite both of them still being at fault because, ignoring the lights, they have to cross over the active lane of the other one that was going straight forward. So they'd be more at fault. But you both went through a red light and you both bumped each other. So, not too sure what the plan was. Were you indicating? Yes, you were. That doesn't really do much, though, because you still just can't just go for it. Hello, Pokey, big fan. Yeah. Now, that bit would be understandable for those that come in the stream and say, like, what am I doing? It's only a game. You don't need to be serious. I'm with you on that one. Because I over-explained that. And the entire video that they get will be completely muted. Why do they need to hear my commentary on top? And it fixes your game won't cap at 25 FPS. Why 25? It's oddly specific. There is a setting in the gameplay options, or in the video options, one of those two, where you can set a main FPS limit and a limit when you are tabbed out of the game. Check. None of those say 25. My truck, I'll show you in a minute. It is a very dark grey, not black, and white, with streaky lines down it. Looks nice. Scan it. It turned off? Big haulies pay too much. Probably because they are representing a more fragile cargo, I guess? I don't know. Do they weigh more? Shouldn't think so. Do you mean these ones or do you mean the uncovered ones? The uncovered ones are a patron cargo, I think. Trucking jobs. No, probably not. I know they are a bit more tasty this week. But no, I think the entire stream tomorrow will be for the early access stuff. Does it have Silverstone? Don't know. Don't think so. Change from 1 to 25. 1? That was their fault. Accident. But, you know. Little bit distracting, you bumped the barrier. Yeah, it was fine, really. Permanent racetrack. The closest thing you have is if you turn the Scania test track into a racetrack. I mean, it is somewhat of a loop, so... You could. I believe, I'll have to go and double check, but I think the rule excludes that particular place. Does it not? Imagine me going to read the rules, eh? Oh, they don't actually mention the specific places anymore. It's changed to the type of area. Racing other users is not allowed. An exception is made for in-game racetracks, drag strips, or testing grounds. So the one in Scandinavia counts as a testing ground. So I would assume that is permitted. Because that used to say the actual location. Unless I'm just blind and I'm seeing it somewhere else. 24 hours. It can take up to a few days to get everything sorted. It shouldn't take that long. But you should get a video upon making an appeal. Not immediately, but you should get one. Harvey! 35 months. Welcome back. 35 years. Hope you've been well. Game name is ETS2. I don't think there are any other racetracks. Is there nukes? No juice. Though I wouldn't be surprised if there's a mod for that. There is a cargo that is a very large tube pipe. You could pretend is like a ballistic missile of some sort, because you know how large those are? So yeah, I mean, if you go here, you'll end up at the test track. I haven't been there in a very long time, but try it. Hey, oh, yeah. It weighs 24 tons. People can pretend to be military stuff, not literally, but by making an MAN in an 8x4 in like a dark grey. Kind of counts. Coaches. No, we don't have coaches yet. No, they were unveiled a few weeks or months ago. We don't have them yet. Alex, welcome. Regis. Azad. Might have been saying that wrong. What new video? Unfortunately, I am not the one that you talked to about the video. It may have been, well, no, over 24 hours ago. So there's a slim chance that you would have been banned by, because I've sorted mine, me yesterday at about this time. And that you don't have your video. I wasn't the only one doing the reports at that time. Some of them still evidently need to sort out their videos. So, have a coach. No, that was a normal bus, not a coach. Those are on the TMP servers because we support those vehicles. That's a bus, not a coach. It is part of the D-Bus mod. 1575. That's quite high up the list, I'm afraid. 55. Well, they haven't done anything wrong yet. The bit that they do wrong is usually at the end. Because this is usually 2 minutes from when the person presses the report button. 2 minutes backwards. So the closer it is to the end of the video, is the sooner the person pressed report. They hit the barrier. It is still up, it is still there. Maybe trying to avoid the oncoming person? In case the trailer's too wide. That wasn't, like, bad. That wasn't that bad, was it? That was okay. Oh, you may want to move from there, though, because now you're a bit stuck. That wasn't that bad. That was okay. Not a bad. Patrolling with the police cars. I have seen the other ones do that. That works better for their channels. It doesn't work on my channel. Pure admin gameplay doesn't work on my channel. The few admin videos and compilations I've done have been from stream where it's like this, where I'm there as well. I am present. I might turn this into one. Quite a few things have happened this stream. I might turn this into one. Why not? How TMP is free? It has a patron thing if you wish to additionally support it, which helps fund the servers. Tuna does it, yes. Tuna does it very well. Choco does it as well, and maybe one or two others. But for my channel, it doesn't work because I've tried it, and it doesn't work. Different types of content. It works very well for them. Doesn't mean they can do videos more often. Oh, they're not doing it anymore. Why not? What happened? And what's their name? Naklov. Naklov used to do some as well. Same sort of style. They had some very popular videos. I'm surprised at how popular those videos got. Another one, 2 days ago. There you go, there's nothing stopping them doing it. There's a handful that stream it. I suppose we do need a few more, but I guess it takes quite a bit of resources to do streaming. Some videos. Yes, that's what I was talking about. I was talking about the videos, yes. Don't overtake, you don't need to overtake. What are you doing? Stop it. That was an incredibly quick load. Did you see that? They immediately just swap and I'm immediately in the next report. That was good. If that's the new update, that's good. I like that. Hello, Boxed. Welcome. Are they European? I do not actually know where they're from. I don't know where Choco is from. Could be. Welcome all the new peoples on TikTok. Game is lagging a bit. Because they're loading in the busy place. Hope you're doing well. French. Ah. They're French. That answers your question. Bonjour. Driving the police trucks. Every now and then, yes. I guess so. You're French? I'm English. I'm doing well. Merci. Merci. That's a big queue right there. Whoa, look at that. That's the traffic we like. Portuguese. Can hear seagulls. Hello, Killer. What big fan? Turn around? Yes. Good job. Bonjour, does mean hello. Bonsoir means like good evening, good afternoon. Yeah? Police lorry. I've done one video in the police lorry. And it got turned into a video. I did another drive on a stream where I also used the trailer that goes with it, but I didn't turn that second drive into a video. It was part of my anniversary birthday celebration thing the other month. Good job. Well done. You joined the CD Road. Good job. But look at how you did it. Impressive. Where did you find a good PC? Many places. Want to find out why? Check the Discord. Did they... Where have you put it? Oh, it's a long message. Cost motivation. Ah. So for everyone's lack of motivation, it varies, but I have a feeling I wouldn't be surprised, and I completely understand it, if videos are very repetitive. They've been doing it arguably too much, which I completely understand the grind for it, but I feel they've been doing it too much, too frequently too much, and they burnt out from doing the videos. Because yeah, if you try and get one out maybe every other day, I don't quite know what their schedule was. But I completely understand how you'd eventually hit, like, am I really doing this all the time? So, fair enough. I understand that. Have a little bit of a reset. Step away from it. And then maybe they'll return. 155. Yes, we're in 155. Hello, JK. This is the best video game? It is one of the best. It's pretty good for what it is. It's a pretty niche thing, so. Want the flu? Well, I don't want the flu, but I hope you get well soon, sis. Yeah, that goes for everyone. Burning out. People wonder, how, like, do I do this? How have I been doing this for so long? The reason is that I don't do it that much. Streams are short, because you can get quite a bit of content from them. Videos are whenever I can do them, rather than, oh, I'm going to go for every day. Every other day. A few years ago, I tried to have one every week, and I was panicking a bit, because some of them took a while to do. And then for content consumption, I don't really watch other streams or videos of this game, ironically.
Ow.
The friends and other streamer friends that I interact with do not play this. They don't do this type of game. So it's a nice other
Ow.
type of... This person's reported for literally everything. So that's how I avoid it. This is Sim1, yes, welcome.
Huh?
Try and turn around? They might have missed their turn. If I had a 360 camera, what would you do with it? In this setup, in this room here, I wouldn't really use it in this room. Because there's basically nothing of needs to see back there. It's not a mess, I promise, but there's literally nothing back there. So it wouldn't be used here. It could be used in a blend of B-roll, perhaps, when exploring. It's used very well by some IRL streamers and IRL people, because if you've got people all around you and you're talking to them, you can quickly spin around to whatever POV you want. If it's the Insta360 one, I think you can edit it in the software and just point it wherever you want in the software. How was this hacking, collisions, and save editing? It was neither of those three. What did you just spam that for then? And you just turned around. Russia? Probably. DJI one? Oh, are you thinking of picking it up? At this point, you need to think about getting a, work with them. They're probably quite a difficult brand to work with, to be honest. I think you'd like that, though. You have a t-shirt, a DJI t-shirt, man. Come on, that's enough, right? Nostril cam? I don't think you'd want that. Plus 20? See? You want to get a realistic wheel? Is the G29 not a realistic wheel? I mean, it's not to scale. Real truck wheels are bigger than that. You could get the Hori one, you could get the Moser one. It all depends on your budget. G29 is fine. For just a wheel. Noisy. It's only noisy when you plug it in and it does that calibration thing which spins. Otherwise it's fine. Force feedback might be a little bit grindy, but then turn it down. Yeah, don't just buy an old cab and cut the front bit out with all the dash and then set that up. Some people have done that. I've seen content of people doing that. They make their own home cabin. Same for plane enthusiasts. They make an entire plane cabin. Looks really good. They're scanning a camper van. Is it an actual camper van? Maybe in the future. It's called a cockpit, yes. That's what I meant. A cabin and a cockpit. Be hilarious if you take that to the next extremes and you have, like, at the end of one room is the cockpit, and then all of the seats and, like, the living room behind you turns into the cabin of... What the hell was that? Of the plane. That'd be funny. That looks like the truck tried something, not the car there. Use the money mod in single player. No, that is not bannable, that's fine. You can give yourself as much money as you want in single player, break the game's economy so there's no point in you even playing anymore, but technically it's fine. Because we don't see how much money you have and it doesn't matter for us. I think that was the reason for the report, because it's near the end. But how was that bad? Great name, by the way. This is not me driving. I'm not the one driving. TMP Bug, you get millions? What, based on the time difference? Well, yeah, I guess. That didn't seem that bad. This one, however... With them to load in for me. Because this is from the perspective of the other suspect. Oh, what are you doing? Come on now. You're only 10 faster. Deserved. What's the point? What are you doing? Slow down. This is where I really want players to be able to see the speed. If you can see someone is speeding up, why are you overtaking? Why would you even go for an overtake? Just let them speed up and then you'll be fine. They are speeding up a little bit because there was a corner. They were just on the corner. You don't take this corner at full speed. It might look like you can, but you shouldn't. Toasty. Why do people use the cars? You are meant to use it as an exploration vehicle. Just an extra vehicle. To explore the roads. If you don't want to do any truck jobs. just hop in a car, that kind of thing. But people use it as a troll vehicle because it's smaller and it fits between gaps, between the queues of traffic. Wouldn't recommend. But that's what they use it for. This person hasn't spawned in yet. I'm again, it may just be my game being good today, but the reports, especially in busy areas, are loading in quicker. That's something I've noticed so far. A little bit quicker. Have a staff. I am a staff. It's the loading thing. Well, yes, it has to be attributed to that, but I haven't noticed. I don't know what else I'm really looking for. Loading into the server took longer, which was ironic. FH5, yes, that was one of the other updates. But I don't drive the Volvos, really. Volvo isn't my choice of truck. So I'm not too bothered by that. But I have noticed this, though. What I need to test, which I kind of have, is when you have a report, for example, right here, and then it goes back to real time, and see how quickly the real time traffic loads in. Because sometimes it takes a bit of time and the game stutters. If it doesn't stutter, very nice. Very nice. Great job. Good job. No cut-off of sounds. Don't jinx it, though, because I don't want that. It could still happen. More of a Volvo guy? That's completely fine. I'm not against Volvos by saying it isn't my choice. They are still pretty high up there of my choices. Just wouldn't be at the top, I guess. What happened here, then? Oh, someone spawned in. Right. So I guess they took a bit of time. Right. That seemed quicker. That was pretty good. From busy in report to busy in real time, that was a couple of seconds. Game didn't lag either. And there's quite a few people. Okay. So I think that is a bit of performance improvement, which I have seen. What do I like the most? In terms of graphics, I've never had an AMD graphics card, so I can't decide that. I have an AMD CPU though. You can't compare the two of those. Go on. Go on, you can turn, you can turn, you are going to turn. No. Naughty, naughty indeed. I'm not too sure what they were just sitting there for. I want to have a look at the... I'm going to tab out. I don't see it. The issues blog. I don't know how you spell asynchronous off by heart, so I'm not going to bother typing it. Where are we? ETS 155. Let me read the bit that they wrote on the asynchronous whatever. Hard at work implementing a major overhaul in the way our game loads and processes data, a system called asynchronous loading. The system is designed to improve loading processes by ensuring the game and loading screens remain uninterrupted while assets are loaded in the background. So that's why it took a little bit longer. Oh. Primary benefit here is the mitigation of stuttering resulting in the smoother experience. Fair enough. Yeah, okay. So it's not gonna make it seem like it's loading in quicker and then have a ton of stuff to load in afterwards. It won't finish the loading screen until the stuff is actually loaded in for you. Which, I guess that's how it's meant to be anyway. Not bad. Not bad. Did not understand a single thing you just said. Something, something, something. Loading times should be a little bit quicker now. Does that make sense? That's basically what that said. Game should load a bit quicker. How do you report? You can report on the website, or you can report by clicking a person's name in-game. Right click to get a mouse. Click their name so it turns green. And then there is a report flag in the player list that you have, which you open by pressing tab. Mine is in a very clever spot on the right hand side of my screen and I'm not going to move it, which makes it terrible for a tutorial. And then a little box comes up. Pick a reason that isn't a random reason. Yeah, I'm waiting to see if someone does it. No one's done it yet, so, you know, and then press submit. This is Sim 1. On the road leading out of Calais. Calais. See, this is exactly one. They're waiting, though. How sensible. How smart of you to wait. I appreciate that you waited. It's a nice looking truck as well. Pretty good. With a photo, you cannot report normal things with a photo. Like collisions. How do you demonstrate that someone hit you with collisions? In a photo. You could show the aftermath of you being like upside down, but that doesn't give context of how it happened. We need to see how it happened. Not a fan of the traffic? I don't blame you. That's why we're here to try and clean it up. $35 hours in 3 days. Was it overtime as well? Overtime? Good weekend? Comic book or PowerPoint presentation? No. No, I'm liking, because I guess this area has been loaded in for me, does it like cache the fact that it's actually been loaded in? So it doesn't need to load in all the trees again and again and again, right? I'm all for that, if that is the case. Chaos is reckless, by the way. The only thing it needs to load in is the players, which, I get, that's what takes its time. How many players in a server? In this server, the maximum slots are 5,000, I think. I think at the moment there's only around 4,000. It will look like a slideshow. Too bad. It usually does. Save editing and anything chat related can be done with just a screenshot. That's fine. Anything that involves movement should be with a video. What server? This server that we're on. It's called Simulation 1. It is the first server in the list of servers on TruckersMP. The area that you see the most, this area, has, well, there's 150 on my player list. But that combines this traffic with the traffic that's where my vehicle actually is, which can make it confusing. So let's say 150 to 200 in each city, and in the road between the two, another few hundred people. So a good chunk of those few thousand are on this one damn road. Other admins, yes. Pay attention to when they stop doing reports. Iceland, can't wait for it. Lovely scenery in Iceland. The thing that people were disappointed about, or a little bit early to be disappointed about, is the fact that the game is naturally in a summertime setting, because there's no snow in game yet. So they saw the preview shots of Iceland and none of them had snow. Now, not all of Iceland has snow, but some of it does have snow. So they were a bit upset by that. Good job. I get that that saved you a little bit of time, but that's not how roundabouts work, I'm afraid. Please don't do that. A little bit of stuttering away. There we go. That was a little bit more stuttering there. But understandable because it's busy. Euro Trucks M2, yes. Greenland has more ice. Exactly. The two names sound like they should be opposites. Why am I in trouble? Oh, because it said I've most likely done that. Right. Bannable save edits. It mentions it in the rule. Anything that ends up causing too much lag or involves floating items or items that clip into each other. So overlapping, that kind of thing. Correct, this is Euro Truck Sim 2. Specifically 2, because don't buy number 1 on Steam unless you really want to try a very, very old game. It's 2. Steam sale is still on for like another 3 or so days. So check it out. The game is on sale. Most of the DLCs are on sale. Hello Paul, I'm doing well. Busiest route, this. What you're saying right now. Busiest by far. No, I don't think Euro Truck Sim had DLCs, no. It's just, you got the map, which was already very bland. Like 3 cities per place, and that was basically it. We're talking, you know, 2008. Yeah. It's huge. Yeah, some people do have a few items that clip. I guess it also depends on how they clip. There are trailer configurations that meet that criteria. Where would be a no-no. Iowa? Well, I will be checking out Iowa tomorrow. So you better tune in for that, because I want to see what it looks like. It comes out on Thursday. But I was given permission to check it out. So I'll do that tomorrow. You can play with a laggy PC, but you will be lagging. Due to the amount of players, that's it. Save it as a truck? No. Please no. Do you think ETS 3? No. Really ironically, they even though you didn't slow down in time, they actually had quite a bit of space to merge in there. If they had a trailer, that wouldn't have been as much space. A little bit dodgy, but you know. What you saw was a person attempting to push in line in between other people that were still moving. And that's a no. Compare with the monthly vehicle. Yes, because some of the monthly vehicles, they don't have a hookup point at the back. Sometimes their hookup point is in the middle, which is not a good idea. How about is it in the services? Well, it starts repeating. Hey. Two different plates there. There were 2 different names I'm familiar with. Service. I mean, well, you know what I'm also using? Steam recently updated their FPS overlay, so it now shows graphical stuff, CPU stuff, GPU stuff, RAM stuff. Would recommend checking that out. 13 FPS. It's a very nice overlay. AI is learning? I hope not. You'd have to feed so much. Basically, imagine how many, like, if we've banned, for example, millions of players, and you gave them every single video, there would still be some particular situations that the AI wouldn't know what to do. Because it learns. The more you give it, the more it learns, yes. But basic one. There are different modes. You can have just the FPS counter, because I wondered a few weeks ago why my FPS counter, because it went from that like neon green that you can set it to like a very small text, and I was like, why is it so small now? Then I saw a video, I think it was 3 Clicks Philip, did a video describing it and mentioning it. I was like, oh, that's what it is. So now I have it, and it looks pretty damn good. It's a nice overlay. We're in 155. 155. Oh yeah, you're blocking, but not like blocking, you know? Please, just F7, please. Goddamn. Something at the garage. Unfortunately, there will be people pouring out of that and the service all the time. That's just how it works. Joining ATS. ATS is very calm on TMP, yes. Very chill. Dill. Great name. I see your full name. It's a very great name. Thank you for the heart. Appreciate that. Can't drive a double trailer because it's too big. It is arguably too big for those roads. And to avoid people trying to do a challenge of taking a double or triple there, you'll be kicked if you take on that. The next best thing is a low loader with a train on it, which is what many people do. Because there's just a challenge of taking a very big trailer to a place that clearly doesn't fit it. Because that's what they do. If you get a black screen, what, the game just doesn't load? Recommend not moving. If it happens that you're in the road though, I'd recommend just closing the game. Because you don't know where you've just spawned in. It could be in the road. Victor, welcome. Why drive cars? I'm not driving the car, but these people are. And they're clearly using it for the wrong purposes, which is what many people do. Not a fan of when they do that. Too big. What do you mean, yep? How am I too big for this game? Good hit, good hit. Good crash. Deserved. What do you call that? Karma. But karma. Get it? Funny. Funny. But then the one in front we also need to look at as well. Because I believe they did something as well. Karma, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the fewer people you have, the better the game will perform, because technically the game isn't like fully designed to have this many people. Though the way that we've made it work is very impressive. So yeah, you still lag, but it could be far worse than that. Why are we adding that as a quote? That's a good question. Why are we quoting that? Quote 368. One more. I think we've slowed down in terms of quotes. Not many people say very silly things anymore. How's it work? You'll have to ask the devs about that. I think there have been some questions. Every now and then, for like anniversary purposes or something else, there have been very, very lengthy blog posts explaining from a dev perspective. I'll need to try and find it. Bring it to Xbox. You have to ask the game's makers that. Not me. Very close. You can use them for escorting, like this light thing that they have on top, and then that's what the pilot's skin would be used for. They stopped because their friend crashed. You only overtook a few people, but you still did it very close. That's still dangerous enough to be arguably too close, because you merged back close enough. Still dodgy. You go for a gap that doesn't exist? You're not cool. That's the answer to that question. I want to find the blog post, but there are quite a few TMP blog posts. That's the thing. There's one of them that's like behind, under the hood or something like that. Of TMP. It was a few years ago. You have a save edited one? That means you've save edited it and it's still okay to use. Like, it's not too bad. GM strategy, not quite. New chat system. Wow, that's nearly 2 years old. This new chat thing's nearly 2 years old. Dev blog, under the hood of the replication framework. Good God.
Ow.
There we go. If you want a blog about some of the insane dev stuff, have a read through that. That's not exactly everything, but that's part of it. In the Twitch chat. A lot of words. Parallax interiors. Those are pretty good as well. Yes. Oh, there we go. Twitch chat call up. Busiest place? This road right here. Turn right and left. Damn right. Calais to Duisburg. You could lower your graphics settings, yes, to preserve the game a bit. There are settings on TMP as well that you can change. The main one being, this is a PSA to everyone in the stream right now. Ignore what this player is doing. Graphics of the TMP settings. Draw distance. Don't put it any higher than medium. Medium, low, very low, whatever the hell you want. Draw distance of other vehicles. So it's how far away from you other people load in. It could save your resources a bit. And if you, there's a tick box for optimized, which mine actually isn't ticked, but if you do tick that, if you're in a busy area, the draw distance will be less regardless. So that can help as well. Most amount of, I don't know how many we have. There was a list that I think Silver had of all the quotes. Makes no sense adding in. It was a funny quote, but it's just a question. You do need to update your game, yes. Game is up to date. The TruckersMP 5, it could be in talks with Mercedes. It could be talking with them. Silver's been busy. He's been busy doing his own whatever. Samus has one? Ah. Silver's busy. And then Anifus is doing his own things as well. No, not the electric one though. Nice. What was the point? No, Vladi, I think it'd be the other way around. The player would definitely be on your player list before you see them in your mirror. This one was only you trying to overtake this one person, right? And not really doing it very well. Because you're both speeding up after the hills, so... Why? 2017. That's pretty good. Don't overtake going uphill. There's just no point in doing that. It's very silly. Let's kick in this instance. VTC, yes, but it's in quotes. We jokingly put it in quotes because it is not like a normal like VTC you see on the main website. It is the loosest term of VTC you've ever heard. No ban. Keep it that way. Oh, that trailer's not allowed. I'll have to find that one. Hello, ZB. Max, thank you for the YouTube's up. Smokey, welcome. Fran, welcome. Yeah, before I started the stream, we were like 7 followers away on TikTok from 42k. So there would have been no point in me having that overall follow goal because it would have been hit immediately. But I appreciate that. To all those that have contributed. Is you as well. The Skoda. You can buy it when you're playing on TMP. It'll just be in the truck dealer. It'll be before the trucks in the dealer. And the bus appears after all of the trucks. This bus. Yeah, I get the honking. Calm down, it's okay. I mean, it's very difficult to try and turn there. Because someone has to be nice to let you go. That's not reckless, that's nice, actually. How long have I been modding for? Since 2018. Quite a while. They were committed. They just needed to get out of the box, basically. The figurative box that they have there. And if you don't let them go, you know, what would honking do? I didn't go and check where that trailer was. This is them. They're frozen. There we go. Grandad, how dare you? No, they never usually let you in. They don't have to. But it doesn't take you very long, and it's nice to do that. Because everyone feels like they're in a rush. They always have somewhere to go. Tev, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Sometimes the sound plays, sometimes it doesn't. Thank you, Killer. Well, hold on a minute. Lots of queues. Look at that. Ooh. Is this person going to go around all of it? You've come over? That's understandable. Yeah, TikTok, it's easier to do it in vertical mode on TikTok because that's how most people will be watching it. Welcome in, welcome in. Same stuff, but yeah, you see the entire screen this time. How many today? I haven't really been keeping count, but at least a dozen. Maybe 2 dozen people. I don't know, I don't even know how many there've been. Good job. Nice. Ah. Ah. We're in real time. So you see how this is magically floating like that? Yeah, that's a no. Save. They're heading to Calais anyway.
Ow.
Editing. Remove. Trail. I can't spell. Why can I not spell? Service. Hello, Gez. Over there. Is their trailer going to bounce? Will it flop or will it just...
Ow.
What will happen to it? Ready? Sailor? Yes. Ooh, a little bit. Ooh, there it is. Well, I mean, if you didn't have it, that wouldn't happen. Kind of a bounce, kind of. People use this because I fear this one is either in a save editing Discord or it's on the Steam Workshop, and it's listed as a triple trailer that works on TMP. Yes, it works. But the way that the trailers connect, they're floating. They're not meant to connect like that. So, dispose of it. And then if they drive out, I'll TP them again. It's almost better doing it this way compared to someone that has like bad plates, because if they reload their save again to fix themselves, they might bounce again. Because now I think you're stuck. Okay, cargo's gone. Oh, that one was a little bit worse. Trailer as well, please. I did say trailer. It said trailer. Why do I talk like that? For fun. I add on a silly voice on top of my normal voice. I apologise if it is a bit too silly. Was that your game crashing, or did you just... No, there was no kick for that. You can send private messages. In-game you can. You passed. Congrats. Very, very good, yeah. The applications are still slowly being scrolled through. Have a look at your ban. No, I cannot. Sadly not. Even if you disagree with it, it's only based on whoever banned you, because they have the evidence for it. Broken trailer. Oh, improper tactic type for this trailer. That I don't think was this person, because that happened afterwards. Maybe. Wasn't really paying attention. There's too many VTCs advertising as well. A CD road job. You can't specifically get a CD road job, but if you find a job from Calais to Duisburg,
Ow.
it will probably direct you along the city road. That loaded in fairly quickly, which was, I suppose, because no one else did. Hello, Nemesis. Welcome. Hello, Felix. Country. This is in France. Or do you mean me? Scania EV? Yes, yes, yes. I would like to use that paint job normally. It's kind of a cool paint job. No, I think people do join for the advertising messages. The thing is that they make them look nice and clean, but they put links as well. You can't click these links. So make sure you have a very short link. Because I'm not typing that out if it's a very big link. It's better this way, yeah. Because it doesn't really matter. And what I'd assume is one of the reasons for it being hidden is that people would be targeted. If you weren't happy that you got banned and you saw that in the video particular player's name that you've seen before, you could target that player, which is mean. If you knew who banned you, which is what many people would do previously, they'd jump into my stream instead of appealing and they'd like beg, why did you do this? It's not the solution. Love that sound. It's lovely. Squeaky. How many people playing? I am not able to check that in a report for some reason, so I don't know. There are some mods from the workshop that you'll have to set up on single player first. What's new? Something Volvo tweaks. Asynchronous loading, which is improved loading times, which I've sensed a bit of, and a few other things. I mean, yeah, you didn't really slow down in time there, but that's not that bad. Academy, true. The hell that is that? Nice. I think it looked like you were kind of, whether you were pushing in there. One thing I had, which I am dreading, is that on one of the videos I did of the ATS Driving Academy, someone left a comment, either today or yesterday, saying that they have been driving and playing the game for a while, and they basically quit. They rage quit halfway through, not even halfway through during the Academy stuff, because it's so difficult this time. And that was on the ATS video. So I'm doomed if they're on about the next stage of the ATS Driving Academy. You know how difficult the first stage was? The temptation to do that in third person, just so I'm not suffering that much. But I do kind of want to uphold my technique of doing it in first person. 3,300 people online. That's how many, to whoever wondered how many were on Sim 1. And move a Christmas tree. IRL as a trailer. That's a nice boat. Closest you get to a Christmas tree are olive trees as a cargo. Downloading? I still don't know how they judge the sizing of things, because this update was 20 gigabytes. That's a massive patch for a game that's barely any more than that. But I'm just interested.
Hi.
So your friend? Why are we turning around? Hello, Scorp. Welcome. How you doing? That was close. What are you doing? No, I think what they mean is the funny thing would be that if a real life truck driver, based on all they do, would also struggle to do the driving academy, it means that the average person that doesn't know how to do it would be even more doomed. We're just all doomed because they made it really difficult this time. For a good reason, I guess. They're like, okay, we see your skills, players. Here's a time limit. Here's requiring you to do it in first person. And here's absolute hell in the form of reversing round a building or something like that. You cheeky people. SES, you cheeky people. You've done it this time. And of course, I am purely making myself suffer by continuing to do it in first person. I don't have to this time. Unless there is an achievement. Last time, I could have just... because I think it was like 6 challenges. So you do 6 challenges in first person, and you didn't have to do the rest of it. But I did. 875? What? Player ID? Why am I checking that out? Don't yell random IDs at me, please. Favorite trailer? No, I do not. I have no idea. The Krone trailers are nice. Because they have fat wheels. Seen the Krone trailer wheels? They're nice. Fat trailer wheels. When I'm playing it, I have it. I think people just need to get a group together. And formulate a group. No, that's the Wheelton. No, Schmitz. Same fucking thing. They slightly larger wheels than that. Bit blurry. It was. That was the redeem. Covered Holy, yes. One of the 2 normal trailers. The uncovered one is a patron trailer, I believe. Reversing a B-double takes a while. I'm just dreading the fact that for the 3rd stage of the driving academy, because it's a 3rd stage, I fear they're going to add other stuff like that. Double trailers or something. It's gonna be crazy. Completing 3 or 5 of the advanced training in a row without failure. Really? Oh, hell no. Paint job. I think I have the paint job. For the completing the first bit. Couldn't get past the final exam. The ETS final exam isn't too bad because I did the ATS one first. The ATS one is nasty. ETS one's not that bad. That just looks like an ad for Monster or something. 1921, why? What have they done? That's you. And as long as you're off the road. Or driving safely. Oh, I need to check the achievements. Diagonal parking, yeah, it's tricky. But yeah, you can use camera 5, the one that looks down the side of your truck. That still counts as first person, so use that whenever you can. I've been doing the first person with the eye tracking, because it helps me look either way. Nice. Good job. Good job. You are at this place. Many people go to this place. It's almost like a pilgrimage to this place. Except it's not a pleasant arrival when you get there. Why am I driving? I am not the one driving, but this was in Duisburg. There you go, that loading time wasn't too bad. Oh, well done, Scott. This is not what the car is for. Dizzy band? Yes. Nerd of the road and shining star. Yeah, let me. Whoa, hang on. while that person is trying to merge, tab out so you can see that. It is 2 achievements. Complete the past conditions in 23 scenarios. Obtain 3 stars in at least 23 scenarios. I've done 12 of both of those 23s. Obtain 3 stars in 3 scenarios. I've already done that one. Okay, so there's nothing that requires you to do as many of it in first person as you can. Though, to get the 3 stars, you have to do it in first person. So that's a requirement now. It's very cool that they've done that, though. Don't even save? Oh, come on, man. When will I drive? I will be doing a driving stream tomorrow. You won't be able to join it because I'll be checking out the newest DLC in early access. Very kindly given to me. So that will be tomorrow's stream. You'll be able to view it unless you don't want spoilers, in which case you shouldn't watch that stream. Sadly. Broke things for convoys. Frank, what has it broken? What's it done? Where's that DLC? The Iowa State DLC. Not the buses. No, no, no. The Iowa State in ATS. Comes out on Thursday. I'll check it out. Same time. Same time. We're near the end of today's one, so... Non-collision zones within city limits. Should be. There are 2 levels of the speed limit. There's an inner speed limit and an outer speed limit. When you press T to put trailer down on the floor and move your truck to another junction and create a save, it will add the trailer back to the truck. Oh, so it will move the trailer when you load that save. Oh, that's interesting. Oh dear. Because you use the trailers, usually use the trailers to block off part of a road. I've seen that quite a bit. That's interesting. Yeah, you'll have to just use your vehicle instead, or have 2 people in the same save, like back to back. Something like that. That's a good one. Spelling quite a bit wrong. That's not how you merge on a roundabout. Good job. Oh, you're trying to go around as well, are you? Ah, why am I seeing so many more people try this? They gave up on it. Good. Good. Alan, thank you for the YouTube sub. We're gaining a lot more people on the YouTube as well. Nearly at 5.5 on there. It's been an insane year for that. I don't exactly know what the number I started on was. And while you shouldn't, in this case, you shouldn't negatively review and like study the numbers. I'm looking at them in terms of like little milestones. And I'm happy with how far we're going. All the little numbers. Very happy with that. You sub tomorrow? You don't have to. Bobo, thank you for the follow. Welcome. How to be a mod? You apply for it, and you cannot apply for it at this time. But that's how you would do that. There is a segment on the website you apply in. Never met stream, want to help out? That deserves a flower. Appreciate that. Doing God's work. It's a bit of a stretch, but I appreciate that. Amen to that. I'm not religious. Locking. When were they open again? They were open 3rd week in June, I think. So it'll be another few months before you get more of that. Looking. The report ended a frame after it went green. What do you mean blocking? It's called lights. They're waiting at the lights. Some yobbo outside with a noisy car. I've never seen this car, by the way. Next year. Maybe. 'Cause it takes a hell of a long time to go through them. A lot of DLCs. I would recommend buying the DLCs. I can't give you specific ones, because all of the map DLCs, go for those first. Bundles. Good shout. Use the bundles. Map DLCs. Trailers, maybe. Tuning packs, if you use a variety of trucks. You don't need all of the paint jobs, but if you want to buy all of them, sure. The cargo packs, a bit of variety, sure. Sadness's quotes are mostly just misspellings and yeah. Andrew, welcome. If someone pit maneuvered you, no. If we can see that the person that pushed you did it, then they would get punished. Special transport. That's a good DLC, but you can't do that on TMP. So, if you purely play on TMP, you won't get much benefit from the special transport DLC. How does reporting work? Welcome. These are the equivalent of a replay, not a video. So we're watching person A that was reported person B, in this case the suspect. They're about to do something bad, potentially. And then I have to review it and say, you know what, yes, they did do that thing. And there we go. And then a... Good God. Oh, that lasted way too long and they didn't tip over. And then, yes, person will get mad for it. Like that. Because that overtake could have been okay, ignoring the fact that it was on a solid line. Solid line overtakes can be okay if they're still done safely. Because it's a game. However, they slowed down for some reason and then decided to just merge back in where they are, as if this person just vanished. You just went past them. Where else would they be? You know? And then that one is done, and now we load up the next replay and we look at it again. Different person, different place. This is CD Road. Well, that wasn't. What you just saw wasn't. I don't know where that was. Well, I can't use it. You can't do the... Well, no, you can use the beacons, and I believe one of the trailers. But you can't use the cargoes. You can't do the jobs from the Special Transport DLC on TMP. So you get some use out of it, but not the main point of the DLC. That is the only DLC that does not work on TMP. Everything else should work exactly the same. Why not? Because they are very specific missions. They spawn in AI vehicles for you that drive and whatever, and because we don't have those AI vehicles, they probably won't appear. It's a very specific mission. And missions like that don't really work very well. People have suggested there to be a specific server where those jobs are allowed to be done. Could be an idea. Overtaking is allowed if done safely, which most of them you'll see are not done safely. If we could get it, that'd be very cool. Imagine seeing like the largest cargo I think you could do. One of the largest is the silo trailer, very long cylindrical thing. Imagine seeing a convoy of people taking it. That'd be a lot. Hello, accurate big fan. Can you overtake on a corner? If you do it safely, which you probably won't. Overtaking on a corner is generally not recommended. It's just a bad idea. That was a bit dodgy. Road events, those are disabled, I think. Regardless of what your setting is, I believe those are disabled. The random events and the detours, I think it doesn't matter what they are, because it will never sync properly. Nice at the end there. Welcome in. But yeah, those doesn't matter what you have. Oh, they lagged. This is a dodgy idea. So I realized that I've been discussing when you leave Duisburg, I say stay on the right-hand lane. But then, of course, when you get to here, you need to be in the left-hand lane. Or you can go around. But they fear going this way would take you a completely different way. Which is understandable, but please pay attention. A little bit of lag involved. Can you join? Not specifically what I'm doing. You can join the servers, though. How can that be, Sammy's? You typed it. You tell me. I think it's, yes, Sadness, you were one key over from everything you wanted to type. Almost everything you wanted to type there. The S, the comma instead of the M, the O instead of the I, and so on. You were nearly there. Bull bar. Bull, not ball. Yes, most of them do look nice. Depends on your taste. You know, people have different tastes when it comes to tuning. We do watch live traffic sometimes, yes. In between the reports, you've seen me fly around with the camera, looking for things to look to see. Yeah, we're on 155. Update your game, update your TMP, make sure it's all on up to date on Steam. All good. This one is modified because it has a ton of stuff on it. So, the green lights, don't use those. I'm not telling you how to do them, just don't use them. Good overtake. We'll have a look at that afterwards. Hey, Turo, there he is. How are you doing? They were in front, though. Most of the time. Just don't duplicate the lights to turn them green. Please don't do that. You didn't slow down. Please don't. It's just terrible. Talked poo-poo about who? Did I talk poo-poo about? Who did I do what? Who am I talking poo-poo about? Adele. I clarify, who's that? What is that? Sport. What, paddling or paddle ball? Turo, explain! Don't even know. Yeah, so how can I talk bad about it? Clearly, whatever you heard, I didn't do. This was a little bit of a messy one. Someone is on the ground, by the way. Stop doing my job. Why should I stop doing my job? Because they were trying to merge in the lane, and I guess they weren't allowed to by someone previously. Oh no, they spawned there. Oh. Well, that would make sense. Maybe a bit misled. Indeed. Can you care to explain where you've heard this from so I can clarify? Or would that not suffice? This was a bit messy. From Jero? Oh, then probably. That was a mess. Ah, you're down there. How did you get down there? Taunted you. Well, it's best to clarify on multiple... Oh, there it is. Multiple aspects when hearing information, I guess. Calais is a mess. Nice overtake. Just saw that. Paul, thank you for the gifts. Paul, you complete the goal. Well done. The void. The semi-void. It wasn't quite in the void yet. How am I mod? Because I applied for it. Well, that's it. Why did you swerve towards this person? Because I applied for it. Many years ago. Good job. No, I mean, I guess that stopped the person. Sure. 2030. Now, I could do that. That is a fairly recent report. In a minute. This person. Remember me? I've seen a few Alexes. On about. So it's a person then. Because if you're talking about a thing, you'd say about. But if you're talking about a person, you'd say on. Red guy. Oh! Rings a bell. A little bit of a bell. Hello. Not as confidently as I'd like to remember. You apply on the website. There is a recruitment section of the website, but this role is not open for applications. You are spamming bread. Great idea. I can hear the name as dogs. Wasn't there a streamer? If there is, I don't know them. Too, I think you've either been misled in your information or you seem to be very confused with the information you were presented with, and sadly I can't help with either of those things. I wish I could. I don't know who you're talking about. Could be both. I wish I could assist, but I don't know who that is. No, you can't listen to the voices. Sadly, they're not picked up. And when I'm in this mode and streaming it, I don't have the CB radio turned on anyway because everyone is named player. And that wouldn't make sense. Because how do I know what player said the thing? Google says nothing? Don't know. Does Felix know? Ivana, welcome. Will, Alexia. Apostrophe. That's the only symbol in your display name. Favorite brand of truck? Scania. I'm waiting for the TikTok chat to catch up. When is it ending? Shortly. Well done. If the next maybe 1 or 2 reports are good. In a moment. Yeah, we don't know this person. Don't know who they are. Hello, thank you for the follow. How are you doing? Through the fuel station? Yeah, not gonna stop, yeah? Good job. So this one isn't that bad because the one that did it earlier, I don't think I banned for it. Can't remember. This one was an inevitable crash because they had nowhere else to go at that speed. That's not their fault. I'm okay. I'm doing well. Welcome in. I'm glad you are. This is not going well for this person. So they've already started. You mean like paddle ball? Which I think is spelled slightly differently to that. Which meets Felix's description of it. Paddleball. Yeah, I am aware of that. But what about it? What's the other word you said mean? A player of that sport? Are you sure you're not just on about, like, tennis? Like Wimbledon? Am I against it? I've never played it. How'd I know? I've never participated in this sport. We are on 155, yes. Mitch, how you doing? That was a good overtake. Good God. This is in real time now. Yeah, we'll flail. Yes. No. Oh, they backed out. Just want to see what they do. Why do I speak like this? I add in silly exaggerations on top of my voice for comedic value, which very few people may find annoying, but it could be a bit funny. Posh. Well, that is my normal accent, yes. If you're saying why do I speak like that, like my normal voice now, that's just how I speak. That is my accent.
Huh?
Could be far worse, and I'm very glad it isn't. I'm content with the one I have. So now they haven't done much. Interesting. So you only did that first bit, which was 2 dodgy attempted overtakes, but they'd probably do more later on. Triple container trailer. Yes. If they are 2 small trailers and a big trailer. Like this. If you imagine those were containers instead, then yes. Traffic. Crispy Scottish or Welsh? Okay, let's not offend the Scots or the Welsh. Okay, there are worse accents out there. How many applications? For this role, I assume they get quite a lot of them because they are still going through them. I am not one that goes through the apps, though. I am not management. You're Welsh? Exactly, but let's not offend the Welsh. The Welsh sound pretty cool. Very mid-small. There is no mid, really. You just have, it's the big one or the small one. You can't have 3 big ones, because the way that they connect requires floating connections. It's really a mid-trailer. You have a good accent? Yeah, I think the Welsh accent's quite funny, sometimes. Jelly, welcome. Gelled. Scott's good. Slavic Romance or Germanic? Mine is neither of those accents. It'd be nice to have a romantic language that you speak, and thus accent as well. Just sounds flirtatious. How about that? Your Timmy doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Have you updated it? Please update it. So that was 1 large, 1 small trailer. Sometimes it's just fun to just see what happens. That's a very vivid blue. I don't like looking at that blue. God damn. A 1-week ban, well done. Comes up with an error about ETS2. Is ETS2 updated though? We are on version 155 now. Good job, good job. And then TMP should be up to date as well. Installed it last night. That should be fine. What does it say in the error then? What's the exact message? Is it Jamie? I'm just about to end. I'm done with I call them shifts. Jokingly call them shifts. Shift is done.